Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Jennifer Martinez. She goes by Jmar. She is the founder and CEO of Jmar Solutions, and she is leading a movement. It's called the Restoration Movement. She'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
We are coming into the summer months, and in Texas it's already in the 90s, and so there's a lot of dehydration going on. But I'm discovering from my next guest that there's myths surrounding hydration. Jennifer Martinez, otherwise known as Jmar, is in the studio. She's the CEO and founder of Jmar Solutions. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun today.
All right, well, before we get into the myths surrounding hydration, give us a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm a mom, and I've been married to my husband, who is a police officer in Plano, Texas, for almost 30 years. And I trained athletes for 20 years. I was a sports medicine trainer, and and my kids were athletes. I was an athlete, and so was my husband. And so I knew a lot of how to fuel people for the environments that they were in and to get the best performance.
Yes.
And so that's what led me to working with the industrial athlete.
Yes.
Does that help?
Okay, so we don't have to name these brands, but everybody's familiar with all these hydration drinks that they give athletes during games and stuff. But you're saying that those really don't hit the mark.
Right. Well, they're marketed, they're sports drinks and powder packets and stuff, but they have a lot of synthetics in them and dyes and sugars and things that rob the body of what we need. And our body runs on minerals, not water that's been depleted and filtered. Whoops. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the sodium levels up and all the minerals in the body, but we're doing it with synthetic forms.
Yes.
And then we're rinsing out our bodies daily with filtered water that has nothing in it to produce performance.
Yeah. How come the world doesn't know this, sir? Because firefighters, police, if you're a roofer, if you're working in industry, what are you doing? You're pounding water all day, and you're saying that doesn't really do anything.
Right. Well, I mean, even think about it, because you started with athletes. What do we do with football players here in Texas? We tell them they're walking around the high schools with a gallon jug, right? My son played football. And what they're doing is they're washing out, they're just rinsing their body out, and they're spending all their time in the bathroom. And then we put them in heat, and the body doesn't, have what it needs to be able to function. And so you see all these symptoms of dehydration.
Yeah.
And so it especially with first responders and things like that, whenever you do need to, when you're having heat-related stress or any kind of heat-related illnesses, what's the first thing they do? Give you a gallon of water? No, they hook you up to an IV, which is full of what?
Electrolytes or
sodium, right?
Yeah.
So sodium is actually what we need, and then not all salt's the same, but mineral salt is really what we need to be able to stay hydrated. And it's a misconception that water does that for you.
Yeah. Now, I should tell you that when she came on the show, she says, I don't want to make this an infomercial for my product. I really want to educate people, but I'm the host, so I want to show your website so people can get in touch with you.
Yes.
So how long ago did you create this formula?
Well, the formula, oh man. So for years, like I said, I used it with athletes and for performance. And my husband, being a police officer, I would make sure that he fueled his body for the environment he was in. He sweats a lot, and he's under a lot of stress.
Sure.
So stress depletes you. Our diet depletes us. water depletes us, all these things deplete us, and we need something to restore us. And so I knew, because I grew up in an alternative health lifestyle, and I knew what the body needed to be able to function.
Yes.
And so I would take what I knew from that and use it with my athletes. And so and with my family and with my husband. And so I was like, honey, you're able to manage because of the minerals that you take. Minerals help you manage. So I want to give that to other families because, especially being an officer's wife, they deal with a lot of mental stress, right? And and there's a lot of divorce rate in that profession field. and so I knew if I could get this information out to that and help others restore the home life, then they don't come home and dump on their family.
Yes.
So if you're depleted, you dump.
Yes.
If you're restored, you have more, right? Restore and get more. I love rhymes.
You brought a little kit with
Oh,
you.
I did.
So
This is what we use in the construction industry to help keep guys restored.
show us what's
Okay, so this is the liquid, and it's the same, and that's why we call them systems.
Okay.
Because it's not about selling just a bottle. It's like, because different environments need different. Like this one, if you're stuck in an attic and you're feeling depleted, and you're going down, you can just rip it, sip it, and it's strong. It's not about flavor.
Yeah.
It's about fuel.
Okay, so I want to try some.
Oh.
Does
Anybody got a glass? We can put.
How about if I drink half of it and you squirt it in there? Okay, will that be that?
Oh, you'll taste it. Here, you can put it in that. And so instead of counting 48 drops, it's not open.
It's not open yet.
Let's open it. This is well planned out. I probably should have just ripped it. All right, that's our prototype, and just see this. A squirt.
Okay, and so in general, a lot of minerals in here.
Oh yeah, that's all it is. It's just fuel for the body. So it'll wake your brain up. It'll go wherever. It's ionic, and it's not made in the lab. It's non-synthetic, and it's just sodium, just chloride, just potassium, and just magnesium. That's it.
Well,
there's no flavor.
My daughter's just off camera, and she said that her brain already feels different.
Oh yeah, it works within 5 to 10 minutes. And so when you're dealing with any kind of, like right now, you're not super depleted, but it will wake you up. You can take it straight too, and then chase with any fluid. And that's the thing, that's what people don't understand, is you can squirt this in anything. So if I put it in a big old jug, you're not going to taste it. But in something that small, you'll probably have a little bit of a salty taste to it, right? Yeah. Or if you take it straight, you'll really taste it. But it's ionic and gets in the bloodstream, and it goes to deficiencies, and then it reverses symptoms. Wow. And that's what people don't understand, is you drink that water without something in it, it's just going to flush you out. But when you put the minerals in it, then the body, at the cellular level, can hydrate and go to where there's depletion.
Wow.
So your kidneys function better. And when your kidneys are functioning really great because of the potassium and sodium, then your blood sugar is able to be controlled. Your brain runs on sodium. It runs on other things, but it's like an on-off switch, sodium is. And so when you have a cup of coffee, you lose 600 milligrams of sodium. That's why they say, caffeine dehydrates you. Well, you lose 600 milligrams of sodium. So when you take something like this and put it in your coffee, or take a shot because you don't want to mess up your coffee, make it salty. I don't mind it in my coffee. Then it replenishes that, and so it wakes the brain up. So then you have the caffeine, that sparks your adrenals, and then your brain's awake, and you don't get that brain fog.
And that actually tasted pretty good. I mean, it wasn't bitter at all.
Well, when we go to job sites, we put in like 2 or 3 ounces of water, and we just squirt in every single thing. We make people squirt so they don't hurt. You know this. And yes, you're welcome.
There's a road that
all sorts of fun stuff that we could talk about.
All right, there are lots of testimonial videos on the website and social media. I found one that I really like. Let's go ahead and roll that.
You guys got to hear this. Go ahead, Keith.
Hey, I'm Keith with True Roofing and Construction. So the other day, whenever it was hot outside, it's 110 degree temperatures, I had a guy that was working overnight with a heat gun. It was hot. He was not drinking anything that was helping. He actually had a gallon of water with him. Anyways, about 10 o'clock in the morning, I got a call from my customer saying that my guy was basically falling out. So it was about 30 minutes before I was able to get to him. I grabbed from my house Jmar solution here with a bottle of water and
opened it up.
Got there within about 30 minutes, squirted it in his mouth, and gave him some water. Within about 10 minutes, he was actually able to drive home. The condition that this guy was in, he was not able to talk. He was slurring his speech. He was laying down, sweating, drenched, completely soaked, looked like he needed to go to the hospital. Within 10 minutes, he was literally standing up, walking around, talking, and was able to drive.
Able to function?
So,
How cool is that?
Jmar solution.
Electrolytes, baby. They work. Thank you so much, Keith. You're awesome.
Love you, Jmar.
Thanks.
When you came up with this solution, there was nothing on the market that was even remotely close?
Not in the labor industry or with first responders or or wildfire firefighters. If there's any connections I can get with that, those guys are just dropping out and they don't want to come out of the fight. They want to stay in the fight. And so when they are feeling low and stuff, they have to have an IV and that takes forever. They can just squirt it.
Yes.
5-10 minutes later, they're back in the fight. And it doesn't have to be water. It can be any fluid. So in the field, it's very versatile.
Yes.
So if you don't have, like we have, down in South Texas, the hurricane response team has a bottle in every one of their go bags.
Wow.
They used to have to carry a gallon jug. Now they only are doing half a gallon because they don't need as much fluid. So, because it's fluid plus electrolytes, not just water.
Yeah.
Water's great because it's clean. It's something that can clean you out, but it cleans you out of stuff that you really need to function.
Right.
So it can be, if you like the flavored stuff, squirt in your flavored stuff, you'll never taste it.
No kidding.
Or or chase it with your flavored stuff and take it straight. My Catherine loves to take it straight.
Yeah. Wait, so how often do you take this a day?
What we say is when you're feeling low, squirt and go.
Okay.
Because when you have a headache or if you start to feel low or if you start to get that brain fog, it's a deficiency issue. And what we do is we go and grab the coffee or we go and grab something else. We grab the energy drink and that's another thing. Energy drinks have sodium in them because you lose 600 milligrams of sodium, right?
Yes.
And if you do that, if you don't add that sodium level, you're gonna have some problems, right? It's the energy part that gets blamed for all these heart issues, but it's really just a sodium mineral, like not just your table salt, refined processed salt, your mineral salts.
Well, and every summer here in Texas, we hear stories of student athletes that will collapse and die.
There's 3 every hour.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what it was. I think that's the latest statistic. Not every hour, every game or something. Yeah. Like, I can't remember the statistic, but it's getting worse and worse than when we were younger. When we were younger, we didn't need energy. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So we would get it from our food sources. So back in the 1920s, I'm not going to go like into a whole dissertation, but the soil started losing mineral content, right? That it started being stripped of the minerals that we need. And so even with a great diet, you're not getting what you really need. Because I always tell people, is God bent over, picked up dirt, and breathed life into it. He didn't water it. Water is important. Everybody knows that. It's so overly talked about. But it's not a source of hydration. Minerals are. And that's the misconception. That's the restoration movement is all about, is getting people to understand that when you have symptoms it's a dysfunction in the body, it's a depletion issue. And if you have a headache and you grab a Tylenol, you're not deficient in Tylenol. You're deficient in sodium, right, and potassium. And then it relieves that pressure and the headache goes away. Yeah. And so it's just changing the way people think. 'Cause we're so programmed.
Well, I can tell you that my brain feels different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wakes you up.
It's very alert, and it's not like caffeine.
Got you to squirt so you're alert. Gonna make your wife squirt tonight so she doesn't have a headache. You're welcome. I'm married to a cop. This is what happens.
All right, before the show goes completely off the rip,
Already.
give you a chance to give a sermon.
A sermon.
2 minutes, and then we'll close out the show. So
2 minutes.
What do you want to say to the audience?
God is the greatest restorer, and the restoration movement is built on that. That's everything for us. We're a core value-based company, and what we're trying to do is just get the message out there that you don't have to hurt if you squirt. I have to put that in there. But it's more about just fueling your body for the environments you're in. It's so hard to change lifestyle habits, right? And we have so much access to all these refined processed foods and drinks and things. And if you're fueling your body right, you're going to feel great. And so we're just the hands and feet of God, and we're just trying to restore the family life by having men and women that are in the elements, like you said. Like this summer, we're in the heat of it right now. There's already incidents. My phone's been blowing up. I had to turn it off. There's incidents of people having heat-related illnesses already because they're depleted. And so if we can get them to understand that they just need to restore, then all of that goes away, and then they go home and they're not dumping on their family because they're depleted. They're able to do the baseball games and the practices and all the things and not just crash out, right? And cramps and not sleep at night and all the things that come with coping. One thing I want to leave with, since I have the 2 minutes, it's almost up, is minerals help you manage. And so if you're dealing with any kind of mental health, like, because that's a major problem, is if we're not able to manage, the stress doesn't go away. And it's only going to get worse, right? We've got too much coming at us all at once. If you can bring back that mineral content into your body and get it from a natural source, because our stuff is harvested. It's not made in a lab. That's what makes it different. That's why it's ionic. It works so fast. But if you can get that mineral content back up, you're going to be able to manage those stresses, and you're going to be able to, have a restored lifestyle. Yeah.
No, I love it that
Keep it simple.
this is truly a ministry for you.
It is.
That's very clear.
It is.
So,
it's all based on God's word.
well, thank you for sharing your
Thank
faith
you.
and your solution with the world, and thanks for leading this movement. We're going to end with her website, which is jmarsolutions.net. The great Jennifer Martinez.
Yeah, the great. I love that. All right. I need to be around you more often.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.